What's going on, guys? Today I want to share with you a different perspective of approaching recovery, because you hear it all the time. If you're not recovering from your workouts, it's because your sleep and nutrition is off. And although this is typically the case, there's also a lot of situations where this is like totally off that has nothing to do with your sleep and nutrition. So here's the deal. A lot of guys are following programs that are not properly periodized, which is causing them to overreach. And they assume that this overreaching is because they're not sleeping and eating, but it's in fact because their program is not done the proper way. I've seen this happen so many times, I can't even express it. It's crazy. So here's the deal. If your strength training program lacks volume and intensity, lacks proper exercise selection, you are going to have issues recovering. It is what it is. I don't know why people overlook this important aspect. That's why I follow concurrent periodization, you know? Like imagine this, right? I'm maxing out every single week. Imagine if I didn't rotate the exercise. Well, wouldn't I be having issues recovering? Like even if, come on, think about it. Let's say your program, you're maxing out every single week, but your sleep and nutrition is perfect. You honestly think that you're going to recover perfectly? It's not going to happen. And that's the point that I'm trying to express in this video. A lot of guys confuse their lack of recovery for the biological law of accommodation. Crazy point, eh? The biological law of accommodation is what's causing people to have joint pain, have issues recovering, having issues in plateaus and all this type of stuff. And that's why you need to start looking at strength and conditioning textbooks, exercise science textbooks, and learning how to properly periodize your strength training. In all effective programs, volume and intensity is managed in a certain way that doesn't affect recovery negatively. Same thing for the exercise selection. It's all specific, it's all programmed intelligently. And that's what you have to be doing the same, all right? Don't just expect to run some 5-day bodybuilding bro split, and just because you're eating, you're gonna be just fine. No, eating is very important, and I certainly agree that like if you don't have proper nutrition, you're not gonna make any gains. But I would say that strength training programming is far more effective. You're going to have issues recovering if your program is not periodized. I can't even tell you, like, I kind of proved it this year where I did a full recon, but because my programming was so effective, I didn't lose any muscle mass. I only gained size, I gained strength, and I got leaner at the same time. So what does it say about proper periodization? Well, it tells you one thing. You can't be dealing with the biological law of accommodation every single week or every single second week or third week, whatever. You have to learn how to program, and that's going to eliminate your plateau. So in order to get that done, like honestly, you need some type of periodization. Like I strongly recommend concurrent because you're never gonna have plateaus. Your strength's gonna be through the roof year round. You're never gonna have issues with work capacity. Whereas with a linear and undulating style, you might have some problems. But to each your own. As long as it's periodized, it's properly written. You're not overdoing it on the volume. You're not overdoing it on the intensity. You should be fine, honestly. Like it's very simple. Just get your strength training program in check. You're gonna be all good. And if I can give you one final tip, start doing some GPP work, guys. Because a lot of guys, they're under recovering because their work capacity sucks dick. It's absolutely terrible, and it just needs to stop. So you have to start doing some conditioning work. I know you don't like it, but it's going to help you a lot. So at the end of your training, do some conditioning. The day after, do some more conditioning. Simple as that. Do your conditioning to raise your work capacity, and this way you won't feel as under recovered when you're doing a heavy strength training session. Okay? It's just so simple. Just get your work capacity up, periodize your strength training, and you're never going to have issues ever again. That's all I want to express in this video. Guys are just confusing the fact that the recovery has nothing to do with sleep or nutrition. It's just a programming issue. If you fix a programming issue, you're going to be able to make gains for long periods of time. And that's why I'm not a fan of deloads. Like, I'm really not a fan. I think that if you're an older gentleman, you know, you've been training for many years, you're super advanced, then you can start taking them. But if you're a novice intermediate, why are you trying to take deloads every 4 weeks, every 8 weeks? To me, that's madness, bro. It's complete madness. Deloads should happen naturally as a part of your lifestyle. It shouldn't be forced upon just because you don't know how to periodize, you understand? So that's why guys are having issues recovering. It has nothing to do with sleep or nutrition. It's just they don't have the fundamentals of knowledge in terms of programming, right? So I hope this video has clarified some things. I know it was quick. Let me know what your feedback is down below, and I'll talk to you guys next time.